Hello everyone, this is Mom Kath, your super mom. We are in Math 6, Week 7. The topic is division of whole numbers and decimal numbers. Bago tayo magsimula, kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe sa channel ko, please subscribe now and do not forget to hit the notification bell para lagi kang updated sa video ko. Let's start our lesson. Anyway, the reference of this lesson is from Pivot for a module Mathematics 6. Alright. After going through this module, you are expected to divide whole numbers by decimals up to 2 decimal places and vice versa, and mix decimal up to 2 decimal places. Okay, this is for milk number 13, Pivot 4a. The word decimal comes from the Latin word decima, meaning 10th part. Although we are using different notation, we are still considering the non-negative rational numbers. Division of decimals, just like multiplication, can be done using either the fraction method or the decimal method. Now, for us to understand this, let's have an example. Let us divide 49 by 7/10. But before that, let's identify the parts of division. So 49 is our dividend and 7/10 is our divisor. Now, we can also write this in different way. We have here 49 using the symbol of division divided by 7/10. We also have this 49 as the dividend and 7/10 is the divisor. So kapag ganito yung paraan ng pagsulat natin ng division, mauuna si dividend followed by the divisor. So hindi pwedeng magkabaliktad, or we cannot interchange the position of dividend and divisor. So we also can write this as 49 divided by 7/10. So this is our dividend and this is our divisor. So hindi pwedeng magkabaliktad, yung nasa loob ang ating dividend at yung nasa labas ay divisor. Okay, let's have some trivia. This symbol here is the division symbol. It is called as obolus. So this is our symbol for division. It is called as obolus. And this one, it is commonly termed as long division symbol. So if we are going to use the long division symbol, the dividend should be written inside the symbol and the divisor should be written outside the symbol. And if we use the obolus, the dividend must written first and followed by the divisor. So that is a trivia. Now let's proceed to an example. Okay, example, we have 49 divided by 7/10. Step 1. Always make the divisor a whole number. Since it is one decimal place, multiply the divisor by 10. At the same time, multiply the dividend by 10. So our divisor is 7/10, a one decimal number, a one place decimal number. Now, Let us write this first. We have 49 divided by 7/10. So step 1 tell us to multiply the divisor and the dividend by 10. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng mag-divide or hindi mo pwedeng i-divide agad kung iyong divisor ay isang decimal number or decimal number. So we cannot proceed to division. Hindi tayo pwede mag-divide agad kung ang divisor mo ay decimal number. Now, simply multiply both divisor and dividend by 10. Or, pwedeng ito yung shortcut. We just move the decimal point of the divisor one place and the decimal point of the dividend also one place to the right. So we have here 1. We also move the dividend one place. So since nabakante yan, we write a placeholder 0. So what will happen? That will become 490 divided by 7. So now let us divide. So in division, meron tayong sinusunod na steps nga. Step 2 is divide the numbers. Paano mag-divide? So we need to divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Ito yung 4 na dapat sunod-sunod mong gagawin. So we have divide 49 by 7. Dahil 2 numbers, 2 digit ang ginamit mo, we have division 7. 49 divided by 7 is 7. So yung 7 nakatapat kay 9 dahil ang ginamit mo ay 49. So then, multiply. 7 times 7 is 49. So tapos na tayo sa multiplication. Next is subtract. 49 minus 49 is 0. Na-subtract mo na. Next is bring down 0. So na-bring down mo na yung 0. And then we'll proceed. Hanggat meron tayong digit na nabi-bring down, we'll proceed again the cycle division. We have 0 divided by 7 is 0. And then multiply. 0 times 7 is 0. And then subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. So wala ka nang i-bring down. The answer is 70. Okay, sometimes in shortcut, kapag shortcut na ang gagawin natin, example shortcut na puro 0 na siya here. Yung kanina na 0, instead of bringing it down, pwede mo, instead na i-bring down mo siya, dahil 0 na naman, wala nang kasunod na number dito, pwede mo na siyang iakyat agad dito sa taas. You can affix the remaining zeros to your quotient. Now, let's go with the next one. So the answer is 70 and that is called as quotient. And then let us check. We can check your answer if your answer is correct by using multiplication. So we have the quotient 70 times 7. So this is the quotient and this is the divisor. So the answer must be the same with your dividend. 7 times 0 is 0 and 7 times 7 is 49. So this is our dividend. And then it should be the same with your dividend use in your given. So this is correct. So kapag parehas ang nakuha mong dividend, your answer is correct. Here, there's another way of solving it. So kung ang ginamit mong divisor ay 7, katulad nito, dapat ang magiging sagot 490. Pero kung ang ginamit mong divisor ay 7/10, let us try to check. Checking. Palitan ko ng color. I'll use blue. So we have the quotient 70 times our original given, which is 7/10, multiply 0 times 7 is 0, and 7 times 7 is 49, and 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 7 is still 0, and then let us add. We have 0, 9, 4, and then count the decimal places in our factor. The decimal places here is 1 place. So we move the decimal point, or we count 1 place from right to the left. We have 1. So the answer is 49.0, or we in our original number, the answer is 49. Pwede mo nang tanggalin yun. So kung ang ginamit mo, again, yung original given, ang magiging dividend mo should be also the original given. Okay, let's go with another example. So we have 25 hundredths divided by 5 tenths. Step 1, always make the divisor a whole number. Since it is 1 decimal place, multiply the divisor by 10. At the same time, multiply the dividend by 10. Let us write this in long multiplication symbol. We have 25 hundredths divided by 5 tenths. So now, we just move the decimal point here 1 place. So dahil nag-move ka dyan na isang beses, i-move mo rin dito ng 1 place. So that will become 2 and 5 tenths divided by 5. Okay, step 2 is to divide the numbers. Let us proceed to divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So divide. 2 divided by 5 is 0. And then 0 times 5 is 0. Subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2. Bring down 5. And then let's proceed again to division. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Okay, kung napansin nyo, kinopya si decimal point. Kung saan digit siya nakatapat, or kung saan siya nakatapat, dun din dapat nakasulat ang decimal point ninyo. Hindi siya pwedeng ma-move. Now, we have 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, that is multiplication, and then subtract. We have 25 minus 25 is 0. Wala na tayong pwedeng i-bring down. Now, 5 tenths is our quotient. Let's proceed to checking. We have 5 tenths times 5. This is our quotient, and this is our divisor. The answer must be the same with the dividend. We have 5 times 5 is 25, carry 2. We have 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. So this is our dividend. But we should write the decimal point here. So here in our quotient, we have 1 place decimal here. So we need to move 1 place from here, 1 place. So the answer is 2 and 5 tenths. So that is the same with the dividend here. Now let's continue with the next example. Alright, we have 558 divided by 3 hundredths. Okay, let's divide this. First, let us write this in a long division method, or a long division symbol. We have 558 divided by 3 hundredths. Now, we need to move the decimal point here. To make it whole number, we have 1, 2. Since whole number ang ating dividend, we add 2 zeros. So this will become 55,800 divided by 3. Now, let's proceed to divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So, dito muna tayo. 5 divided by 3 is 1. Then, multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. Then, bring down. Ang i-bring down natin is 5. Isang digit lang ang i-bring down nyo. Okay, bring down 5. So, balik tayo ulit dito. Divide. 25 divided by 3 is 8. Multiply. 8 times 3 is 24. Then subtract. 25 minus 24 is 1. And then bring down. So, ang i-bring down natin, isang digit lang uli. Bring down 8. So, we have here 18. And then, balik ulit tayo dito. Divide. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Multiply. 6 minus 3 is 18. Subtract. 18 minus 18 is 0. And then bring down. So, kung mapapansin nyo, may natira kayong dalawang 0 dito. Instead na i-bring down nyo siya, pwede nyo siyang ilagay sa taas. So, the answer is 18,600. Now, let's proceed to checking. Kapag checking, ang i-check mo, ang gagamitin mo sa checking is the quotient, which is 18,600 times 3. So, we have 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is still 0. 3 times 6 is 18, carry 1. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25, carry 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So, the answer should be the same with the dividend here, which is 55,800. Now, let's proceed to another example. 272 divided by 1 and 7 tenths. Now, let's write this into long division symbol, which is 272 divided by 1 and 7 tenths. So, dahil ito ay decimal number pa, we move one place. And then, ito ay whole number, magdadagdag ka ng isang 0. So, this will become 2,720 divided by 17. Ayan. So, here, ang ating divisor is 17. So, let's proceed to divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide. Pwede ba yung 2 divided by 7? No, that will be 0. So, ang gagamitin natin is 2 digit. 27 divided by 17 is 1. So, yung 1, katapat ng 7 kasi ginamit mo ay 27. And then, multiply. 1 times 17 is 17. And then, subtract. 27 minus 17, or we have here 10. And then bring down one digit. Ang i-bring down mo ay 2. So we have 102. And then balik ulit tayo dito. Divide 102 divided by 17 is 6. And then 6 times 17 is 102. Ganito ako mag-multiply dyan. 6 times 7 is 42. Carry 4. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 10. Burahin ko tong 4 dito. Teka lang. Okay. And then we have here 102. So, nakapag-multiply na tayo. And then subtract. 102 minus 102 is 0. May isa ka pang 0 dito. So, we still have 1 0 here. Pwede mo siyang i-bring down. Teka, lagay natin ito. Pwede mo siyang i-bring down at pwede mo rin siyang ilagay na lang sa taas. So, the answer is 160. Let's have the checking. So, in checking, we have the quotient 160 times the divisor, which is 17. So, we have 0 times 7 is 0. 7 times 6 is 42. Carry 4. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 4 is 11. And then 1 here. So, kapag 1 na yung natira, you just copy what you're going to multiply to 1. Kopyahin nyo lang lahat yon. So, we have 0, 2, 7, and 2. The answer is 2,720. It is the same with our dividend here. Therefore, our answer is correct. That's example number 2. Then let's proceed to another example. So we have 258 divided by 6 hundredths. Now, first is to write this into long division symbol. We have 258 divided by 6 hundredths. So, move natin ito ng dalawa, 1, 2. Dahil ito ay whole number, dagdag ka ng dalawang 0. Ulitin ko ha, kapag whole number lang tayo, magdadagdag ng dalawang 0. Pero kung ito ay may decimal point, we just move the decimal point to the right. Now, this will become 25,800 divided by 6. Now, let's proceed to division, multiplication, subtract, bring down. Alright, divide. So, we use 25 divided by 6. That is 4. Yung 4 katapat ng 5. So, we have multiply. 4 times 6 is 24. And then subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. And 2 minus 2 is 0. And then, bring down. Ang i-bring down natin, isang digit lang, which is bring down 8. So, this will become 18. And then, let's proceed again to divide. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Multiply. 3 times 6 is 18. Subtract. We have 18 minus 18 is 0. So, may natira pa tayong dalawang 0 here. Instead na i-bring down mo siya, pwede mo na lang ilagay sa taas, dalawang 0. So, the answer is 4,300. Now, let's do the checking. We have 4,300 times 6. We have 0, 0. 6 times 3 is 18 on 6 times 4 is 24 plus 1 is 25. The answer is 25,800 and it should be the same with the dividend here. Okay, kapag parehas, your answer is correct. Now, this is our example. Let's see. For learning task number 2. So here, in learning task number 2, you are asked to divide the following and then check. So, i-divide nyo siya. Look at our example here, or look at our given here. Lahat sila ay hundredths in hundredths place or 2 place decimal. So, gagawin nyo muna siya. I-move nyo muna yung decimal point here. 1, 2. I-move mo rin to. 1, 2. So, number 1 will become 81 divided by 9. So, that's very easy. And do not forget to check your answer. This is for learning task number 2. And then we have learning task number 3 is to solve the problem carefully by answering the questions below. Use the 4-step in solving word problem. So, dun ulit tayo sa 4-step solution in solving a word problem. Ano-ano nga yung 4-step na yun? So, the 4 steps are: step 1, understand. Know what is asked and know what are the given facts. Step 2 is to plan. Know what operation or operations to be used and write the number sentence. Step 3 is solve. And step 4 is to check or look back at your answer. So these are the 4 steps in problem solving. Now let's proceed to problem number 1. In science class, Miss Alcalde had 30 6/10 pound of igneous rocks, and she divided equally by weight into 9 different containers. How many pounds of rocks will be in each container? Now, in our word problem, we can identify if it is division if we have the word clue here, the word each. It is a term or it is a clue that tells us that division should be the operation for this problem. So here, meron daw si Miss Alcalde na 30 6/10 pounds of igneous rocks. So, ito nga, meron pa tayo ditong term. Sabi dito, divide equally by the weight into 9 containers or different containers. So, i-divide lang natin siya sa 9 para makuha natin yung sagot. So, that is problem number 1. And then problem number 2, a fisherman caught 15 4/500 kilograms of fish. He distributed the fish equally among his 5 family members. How many kilograms did each family member get? So here, in our problem, we have the word clue each and distributed equally among his 5 family members. So, ibig sabihin, ipinaghati-hati niya sa kanyang 5 kapamilya. Yung nahuli niyang fish, which is 15 4/5 hundreds kilograms. So, here in our illustration, kunwari, ito yung kanya nahuli. And then, he has 5 family members. Sa kanila niya, i-divide yung kanyang nahuling isda. So, ang tinatanong, how many kilograms did each of them will receive or will get? Ilan ang makukuha nito ng bawat isa sa kanila? Equally. Now, let's proceed to the next problem. Marie would like to pour 3 and 5/10 liters of milk equally into 7 bottles. How many liters of fresh milk how many liters of fresh milk each bottle contains? So meron daw siyang 3 and 5/10 liters of fresh milk. Ilalagay niya sa 7 bottles. So how many liters, kano daw karami ang magiging laman ng bawat bottle? So that is the-divide. Isasalin niya lang ng pare-parehas ang sukat. Gaano kadaming fresh milk, litro ng fresh milk ang mailalagay niya sa bawat bote. So here, we have working near each. That is why that means division. Now, let's proceed to learning task number 4. We just choose the letter of the best answer. Number 1, what is the quotient when 294 and 45/100 is divided by 1/10? Here, may pamimilian, pero you need to compute pa rin kahit may pamimilian. Ito, 1/10. Paano ba yung 1/10 in decimal? That is 1/10. Alright. And we have in number 2. So, i-divide mo. Hindi pwede magkabaligtad. This is our dividend. And this is our divisor. So, hindi pwede magkabaligtad yung dalawa. In number 2, we have 59 and 39/100 divided by 1,000. In number 3, how many times greater is 6 and 45/100 than 100? Divide pa rin. And number 4, what will be the best answer if we divide 819,000 by 100? Paano naman yung 100s? So we have here 100s. And what is the quotient if we divide 54/100 by 1/10? So here in learning task number 4, you just ask to divide the following and then choose the best answer. So I think yung sagot dito, para sure kayo, that will be my next video, which is mental computation for dividing decimal numbers. So that's it for this video, and hope you have learned something from Ma'am Kat, your super ma'am. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell para kung ano mang i-upload ko ay updated lagi kayo. Thank you for listening and watching to my video.